All right, guys. Going live today. We have some breaking news, and I'm just going to wait till some people get in. Notifications are not going to be sent out. Notifications are not going to be sent out. YouTube does not send out multiple notifications a day. They only send out three, but this is my fourth video so far, so you guys are not going to receive the notification. We have breaking news here, guys. If you can, give this video a thumbs up, share the video. Um, Breaking news is coming out right now, and this is a special report. You have IT issues trigger ground stop. Ground stop for Frontier Airlines flights. US FAA says. So this is happening nationwide. Frontier Airlines, um, they're getting hit right now, and there's been a lot of stuff going on with these. So far with FAA, the Federal Aviation Administration. You guys already know what happened in DC, and Donald, he's blaming the DEI and basically pointing fingers at Biden, Barack, and other liberals. So we have very important information here. And again, God bless to every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, you guys are not receiving notifications. So it says here, IT issues trigger brief ground stop for Frontier Airlines. So January 30th, IT issues at Frontier Airlines triggered a brief ground stop on all of its U.S. budget. Who's that? Yeah, grounded, but yeah, you're right. Um, but the title says trigger brief ground stop. Um, Once again, IT issues. A Frontier Airlines triggered a brief ground stop at all of the U.S. budget carriers' destination on Thursday evening, according to an adversary from the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration. The ground stop was requested by Denver-based airline, and the stop was canceled at 2254 GMT time. Frontier confirmed that the ground stop had been lifted. So, all right, so it didn't last that long. But there's a possibility it could be cyber. There's a possibility it could be something else. But yeah, this is a big breaking news coming out right now, especially what's going on with all these planes. So Frontier confirmed that the ground stop had been lifted, and it said its system operations center experienced a short internet outage that caused the airline to initiate a brief ground stop. All right. So it didn't last long, but it seems like it was an internet outage, and this happened nationwide. So once again, for those of you that tuned in, IT issues trigger brief ground stop for Frontier Airlines nationwide. All right, so we have this breaking news here. All right, so you guys know what happened in DC yesterday, right? So again, the Black Hawk and the American airline. All right, so that's, man, that's very sad what happened yesterday. So initial FAA report indicates the staffing at DCA air traffic control was not normal at time of Black Hawk and the plane collision. So according to NBC News, at the time of the collision, one controller was overseeing both helicopter and airplane. Listen very closely. There was one controller, one, was overseeing both helicopter and airplane traffic. Um, they ain't supposed to be one, they're supposed to be two. So something went wrong. All right, so once again, according to NBC News, at the time of the collision, one controller was overseeing both helicopter and the airplane traffic. Typically, one controller focuses on helicopter activity. So something went wrong. Something definitely went wrong when the Black Hawk helicopter and the plane event. So typically, one controller focuses on helicopter activity. An American airline flight and a Black Hawk, you guys already know what happened to them too. All right, and it did happen in DC. Now, they already announced the person that was operating the Hawk, the Black Hawk, and I don't think they gave a name, but it was a woman that was operating the Black Hawk, which I have nothing against. I believe women are more professional when it comes to behind the wheel. Again, I feel like they are more, uh, again, when it comes to male, they are more, uh, the way I see it, they are more professional. So they didn't give a name, but it was a woman that was, operating the Black Hawk helicopter, and yeah, it's very sad what happened yesterday, guys. Very sad. So it says here, NBC News reported a preliminary FAA report that the collision found that air traffic control staffing at Reagan Washington National Airport was not normal for the amount of air traffic and for the time of day. A source with knowledge of the situation told NBC News. Once again, the tower typically has a controller that focuses specifically on helicopter traffic. But at the time of the event last night, the source said one controller at DCA was overseeing both airplane and helicopter activity. So again, there was again, something was not right here. Something was not right here. So FAA guidelines do allow for this position to be combined, permitting one controller to control both airplanes and helicopters. All right, so once again, it was not normal. All right, so that's what he's saying. So again, for those of you that tuned in, just giving a little updates what's going on with the DC, and also there was a nationwide Frontier Airlines ground stop. All right, so that's been lifted. That's been lifted, but there's been a lot of stuff happening, guys. And I did post a video a couple of days ago. There were drones out there in DC, right? And these drones seems like they were really close to Donald plane. All right, so they had I think F-16s out there. They were scrambled along with there was a helicopter, military helicopter out there. And you guys know presidential planes, they have all these aircraft. I mean, they have multiple aircraft. So there was a drone out there. I think it was like 2 or 3 drones that was getting close to Donald's plane. So that's some crazy stuff going on there. So give me a second here. Let me just read some of your comments. And God bless to every single one of you. I've seen 5 choppers over my house. Possibly training. I wouldn't put too much thought to it. Give me a second here. Yeah, it has been canceled. It has been canceled. So the ground stop has been canceled. So it seems like it was an internet outage. But Donald is not pleased. All right, Donald is not pleased because what happened is that it seems like you had multiple people, Barack, Biden, and you had Pete Buttigieg, I think that's how you pronounce his name. They actually came out with the DEI stuff, and you got all these people just again, I don't want to say too much, but a lot of these people are not capable of working in a control room. All right, give me a second here. Who's that? Bubba News. I haven't seen you in like 3 years, man. I think 3 years, right? Glad to see you. Um, God bless you. I haven't seen you in a while. I see you post some videos, but I think that was a few weeks ago. Donna knows something. Yeah, we all know something. Uh, you know, again, like I said, guys, I mentioned this in my other video that not many people are capable of, doing these type of jobs. Whoever is working out there at the control room, someone screwed up. Someone screwed up. Someone screwed up regardless. And again, my condolences and prayers to the families and friends that lost their loved ones. But someone screwed up. Now, Donald seems like he pointed the finger at Joe and Barack because they came out with this DEI stuff, and some of these people that is in working in a control room, they have certain, I don't know if it's disability or whatever, but they shouldn't be there. Basically, they shouldn't be there. Um, and I can understand that part. It's like, again, not too many people could be president. Not too many people could run a country. You Again, you cannot just pick up someone and just you know be president of the United States when he doesn't have no experience. He doesn't know anything about politics. He doesn't know anything about the Constitution. He doesn't know anything. He doesn't even know what NATO is. He doesn't know about the House or Congress or Senate. Again, in order to be a president, you have to know laws. You have to know so many things, and it's not like going and applying for McDonald's. Is not something like that. Being a president is it's a huge responsibility, and you need to know these things. And if you don't know anything, then you shouldn't be president. If you don't know anything about being the president, you should not be president. Excuse me. If you don't know anything of being a president, you should not be president. If you don't know anything about the House, the Senate, you should not be running for the House or Senate. Period. A lot of these people in the control room, they have no idea how to run that thing. So they have no idea. I don't know. It's just very sad what happened. And these last couple of years, you had all these train derailments, going on. You had, all these trains just, Ohio, that's a big one. And you guys know Ohio, that was a massive event, a huge explosion. And so many people there got sick, and people, their voice changed and everything. And the air was contaminated. Ohio got hit really hard with that train derailment. So there was all these crazy train derailments, and all these planes, a lot of stuff went wrong during Joe administration. Someone say, "Hey, Lewis, who's that? Child of God, how you doing?" It's too much going on. Yeah, I agree. It's too much going on. I'm very concerned though, because I pray for Donald. I do. I'm very concerned because, you know, these planes nowadays, it just really spooky. And I did post a video about that drone that was near Donald's plane, and you had the F-16s and stuff. That was very concerning right there. So, child of God, great to see you. Donald doesn't know any Bible verses either. Donald gets his information from people around him. I agree 100%. I agree with you. I totally agree with you. I totally agree. I'm not against Donald. I'm not against him. Donald is a good businessman, and he knows how to put his foot down on these people. All right, I like that. I like the attitude. I like Trump attitude. He don't take nothing for no one. He tell the people the way it is. You don't, you don't pay tax, I will slap you with tariff. That's good. I like that. That's what we need. But when it comes to his Christian faith. I think he needs to surround himself with Christians. He is surrounding himself with all these, different, you know, people that worship other gods. So I pray for him, and I pray for his family, and yeah, I pray that everything goes well for him. Give me a second. It's great to see you too, Bubba. Someone said Donald didn't place his hand on the Bible. Um, the reason why Donald didn't place his hand on the Bible is because who was it? Uh, who was it? Man, I forget his name. It was a Supreme Court judge. Well, I guess Melania, she came a little late, and Donald had his hand up, and they were doing all that. Is it obligated to do it? No, it's not obligated. You don't have to put your hands on the Bible, but I think it's very important. Um, I think it's very important to put your hand on the Bible when you know, the inauguration. I believe is extremely important because it gives it just you're putting your faith and trust in the Lord, you know, and for him to not do that, again, maybe it was an accident, but one thing I tell you is that if you truly love God and if you worship the Lord, um, you will wait and say, hold on, I'm waiting for the Bible. Let's wait. Don't be rushing me, all right? Okay, I know you want to go eat. I know you people want to go eat, but hey, we're going to do this inauguration right, and I'm going to put my hand on the Bible. But, yeah. Okay, give me a second here. Give me a second here, guys. Yeah, so, again, for those of you that tuned in, I know some people just asking what's going on here. So IT issues. At Frontiers Airlines triggered a brief ground stop on all of the U.S. budget carriers' destination on Thursday. All right, so the ground stop was requested by Denver-based airline. The Frontier confirmed that the ground stop had been lifted. All right, so this happened nationwide. Now, the reason why is because there was an internet outage. All right, so there was an internet outage, and everything is back to normal. So everything is good, and it didn't last long. So, which is a good thing. At first, many people's like, oh boy, what's going on here now? And you guys already know all these plane stuff going on, and it's just, it's always something going on in this country. All right, so let me just read some of your comments. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just reading some of your comments here. And I'm so sorry for many of you that didn't receive the notification. YouTube is not sending out a lot of notifications for some reason. So it's been hurting the channel a lot because a lot of people think that I'm not posting any more videos. So it's, it's really, really stressful that YouTube is doing that. So it's, it's YouTube. My Bible instruction says to pray to the Father in the name of the Son. Praying to the Son is wrong and opens the door to another Jesus. Someone said, I miss your pets, Louis. The pets in the backyard. Guys, we got hit with a massive fog yesterday. It was the craziest fog. I never seen anything like it. And I did, I captured it on video. So it was so bad. I mean, my chickens, excuse me, my pit bull started barking, and it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. And so I went outside, and boy, oh boy, it was just completely fogged out. I mean, I couldn't even see nothing. It was really bad. So I went outside, and to see my dog, and everything was fine. I guess there was maybe a cat or something, but yeah, I just stood outside, and I started recording, and it's all these fog is crazy. And so I got a video. I'm thinking about uploading the video to this channel maybe later on today. And by the way, the fog, it didn't smell like chemical. A lot of people say that the fog smell really bad. It smelled like chemical. My throat is hurting, my eyes and stuff. But this fog here, it just, it didn't even do nothing to me. Yeah. Oh, that's what. So Bubba News said, unsubscribe and then resubscribe to be put back in line to receive notification again. Wow. Yeah. It's so strange because when I got suspended, um, we were gaining like 15,000 views each video, but ever since we got suspended, and then a week later I came back, it just completely shifted the entire channel. And yeah, so we lost almost 85% of our views. If you look at your YouTube Studio, they have the statistics, and it tells you that you lost all this and this and this and this. So I'm a grade D. They gave me a grade D. So Jordan said, I get yours. I gave you a notification. Mike said it's not a fog. Well, guys, I want to show you really quick. So when I came out last night, it was really, really foggy. All this here was all white. It was like really foggy. I couldn't see nothing. You see, right now it's all clear. And it happens like around 1 o'clock in the morning. It happens like around that time. And I lived here for many years, and it was kind of strange. I seen all that fog. Got the animals back there, and that's my shed. And the the dogs started barking, and I came out last night, and the animals were doing okay, but all this was all fogged out. It was just completely fogged. Now, the neighbor said that to be careful to keep the cats inside the house because there's something out here, and it seems like it might be a coyote. But yeah, something's taking the cats too. So, and I keep my dog safe. My dog is, we have like this extra shed back there, and but yeah. The fog's going on is probably really chemtrails. I noticed that too, because that same day, and guys, I live in a farmland, so we don't have tall buildings. It was a beautiful day yesterday. It was a beautiful day, and I see all these chemtrails, and it was like all these tic-tac stuff and tic-tac-toe stuff, and it was a whole bunch of them. And it just, then that night, I seen all the fog and the headlights. I got really bright lights, so man, I should upload the video. Yeah, I'm gonna upload the video tonight. I'm gonna upload it so you guys can see it yourself. But yeah, it's just, man, I wish I could play the video here. I can't play the video during the live stream, right? So, all right, guys, I got another video coming up tonight. It's gonna be in my other channel, The Real GS News. Donald Trump said that he's gonna slap Canada, Mexico, and I think China. He's gonna slap them with a tariff, and yeah, because of the drugs that's coming into our country. It's really sad, guys, because again, if you go to like Philadelphia, or if you go to like Camden, New Jersey, or if you go to like, you know, certain areas like Chicago, you have all these people that live under the bridge, and these people, they, you know, they use drugs, and these drugs are coming from other countries, and it's really sad because there's videos you can actually find these videos on social media, but these people look like zombies. They look like zombies, and most of them are young. They're young people, and they stay under the bridge, and they just take whatever, you know. But it's really sad. It's really sad. So Donald is going to announce something tonight. He said tonight, and he wants to end that. He wants to end it because if you do your research, at least 200,000, I think 200,000 a year, uh, they are passing away because of the stuff that's coming through the borders. So it's just crazy. Someone said we have that here in Oregon. Yeah. There was this one video I watched. It was on Twitter, and someone was recording, and the person's like, look at this girl, and she was like leaning forward, and she looked like she was about to fall, but for some reason they just, you know, they managed to stay up. But this girl, she had brand new sneakers. It's Nike sneakers, like $200 sneaker, and she had these expensive clothes, and she was taking that. She was under the bridge, and it's just really sad. It is. It's really sad. And I do believe that this country is under judgment. Um, People say that, you know, Trump is gonna bring peace, and God is gonna heal this nation, and everything's gonna go back to the way it was. I don't see that happening. I just don't see it happening. I don't. I think it's gonna get a lot worse. I think it's gonna get a lot worse. People's putting too much faith on Donald. They, you know, they think that Donald's gonna fix it. I must remind you guys that Satan is controlling a lot of things in this world. But remember, God is allowing the devil, you know, to do certain things. Um, but again, I don't think Donald is going to, you know, bring in um, a healness. I don't like talking about this man, but you have Brandon Biggs said that Donald was sent by God, and Donald is going to bring a revive to this country, and millions of Americans will turn to God. I don't see that happening, to be honest. In the last days, many people will fall away from the path. It's only going to be a few, you know. But you know, with all these political stuff and all these people, you know, taking certain drugs, again, it just, you know, God is giving up many people to reprobate mind. I don't think Donald is going to be the savior answer to bring in millions of people to Christ. Give me a second here. Okay. I just received a breaking news, but I'm gonna have to do that later. The nation will be in perplexity. Yes, I agree, Watchman. I agree. I agree. Now remember, Paul in Romans chapter 1 speaks about God is giving up people to reprobate mind. And I was listening to John MacArthur, and please pray for John MacArthur. He's in a hospital, and it seems like, again, pretty soon the Lord is going to call him. And John MacArthur is one of my favorite pastors, along with Vodi Bakum and so many other. But John MacArthur said God is not only giving people up to reprobate mind, God is also giving up America to a reprobate mind. Mm. All right, so Moses did not lead the Hebrews to the promised land. It was a man named Joshua. God used Moses and to warn Pharaoh to release his people. Those are the time of Old Testament. Egypt and has been around for thousands of years. But again, guys, like I said, I don't think Donald will be that savior. Absolutely not. Too many people just looking up to him, and it's I think for me that's really dangerous, because instead of looking up to Jesus, people's looking up to Donald, and we need to focus on Jesus, because what Jesus did in that cross is it just he did it for God's people. God already know who are his children. All right, so God already knows. Everything's already done. We just living the movie. We just living this life. Everything has been fulfilled. I mean, everything has been completed. Um, and also, guys, what's going on in New York. A lot of people still talking about it, and I might talk about bring some more updates. But New York is preparing for something. They keep telling New Yorkers that everything's gonna be fine, but yeah, New York has been putting out all these public service announcements and how to prepare for nuclear. And you got the FBI letting New Yorkers know that there's going to be military training and nuclear war exercise. And there's going to be helicopters. There's going to be people in hazmat suits. So yeah, you got all this stuff going on. People forgot about Jesus and believe Donald is going to save them. I don't think people forgot about Jesus. I think people is just more paying attention more to Donald. All right. It's like during the time of Samuel and Samuel. Again, you had all these men come and told Samuel, "We want a leader. We want a man to be a leader of this country, Israel." And Samuel's like, "We have God. Why do you want a man?" Well, other countries, they have men as leader. We want men too. So again, it's I just feel like people are just looking up to Donald, but again, we have Jesus. I mean, we have Christ. Now, again, like I said, I'm not bashing Donald, and and I I, I believe he is a good leader, and I'm glad we have someone like that. But people need to stop looking at him like he's a savior or something, because he ain't no savior. He's a man, just like us. He's just a regular person. He's just a regular person. Now, I do believe that God put him in that spot. Remember, God is the one that controls when it comes to world leadership. God appoints people in their position of power: the Senate, the House, the President, the Prime Minister. God is the one that allows them to be in that spot. And every single one of them plays a huge role of Bible prophecy. Earth, give me a second here. I'm getting baptized this Sunday for the second time in my church. Joseph, God bless you. Getting baptized is an amazing thing. It is. Getting baptized, receiving the gift of the Holy Spirit, it's the best gift ever that God has given us. Um, and that's what a lot of people need to do. People need to repent. Sunday worship, who changed the Sabbath to Sunday. A lot of people, well, again, we still keep the Old Testament. Remember that the Sabbath was like for the Jews. And most of the Old Testaments is like, it speak about the Jews and a lot of laws. Um, there's a lot of laws in the Old Testament. But the reason why there's a Sunday law is because Jesus rose on a Sunday, a new day, and he brought the gospel. He brought the good news to many people. And so that's why a lot of people worship on a Sunday. But again, you can worship any day, just like Daniel. He worshipped every single day. He prayed every single day. And when he was in the Babylonian Empire with King Nebuchadnezzar, he prayed every day. He worshipped every day. He prayed to Abba Father, the Lord, the Lord every day. So the Sabbath is like is more towards like the Jews. And again, but the good news, we do have the gospel for both Jews and Gentiles. But we do follow the law because, again, the Ten Commandments is all for the Jews and Gentiles. It's for all of us. It's for every single one of us. And we have to hold on to scriptures. That's why Louis Daniel had a daily prayer life. Yeah, so he worshiped every day. And that's the beauty of it. And they tried to set him up too. And that didn't work out. They threw him in the lion's den for praying. They threw him in the lion's den for praying. And the lions they didn't do nothing to Daniel because God was there. Now those three men, I think it was three men. Yeah, I think it's 2, 3 men. They set up Daniel and they set up the king. So they were corrupt, and we see them right now. We see them in politics. It's all lawlessness. Someone said, "What happened?" Just joined. For those of you that's tuning in, there was a nationwide ground stop. It was Frontier, I think, Frontier Airlines ground stop due to IT issues. But it was lifted. Everything's okay. It was an internet outage. And I did spoke a little bit about what happened in DC. All right. So, again, please pray for the people that lost their loved ones. And it's really sad. I mean, they're still investigating. They're still investigating. All right. So please pray for them. I stayed up till like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and guys, my daughter, she go to college and everything, and she travels a lot too. She goes see her families up north, and she go to another country, South America, and I always drop her off and I pick her up from the airport. And she always texts me, "Hey, I'm 20 minutes away. I'm 10 minutes away. I'm almost there." And it's someone in DC. He said, "My wife texts me. I'll be there in 20 minutes." And then the bird got hit by the Black Hawk helicopter. And a lot of those people out there, they had, families, wives, husbands, and, to receive that bad news that they're gone, it's just heartbreaking. I hug my wife every single day, and I give thanks to the Lord. I I hug my kids. You have to, you know, enjoy these beautiful moments. You again, you have to, enjoy life. I was thinking about Abraham and Sarah, how Sarah passed away, and Abraham, he mourned, he cried, he loved her. So, and I think about King David when God took his first child, because again, you know what he did. He committed adultery and he set up his friend and threw him in the front line and stole his wife. But a lot of people, when they lose a loved one, you can't get them back. You can't get them back. The only thing you hold on to is memory. So it's very important to live your life. The good thing is that you will see them again if you are a Christ believer. All right? And that's the beauty. All right, guys. I think I'm going to end it here. I got some more videos coming up. You look tired, Louis. Oh, I am tired. I am. I've been having a little bit of health issue, and it's how do you pronounce that word? And I just got it too when I turned 40. Let me see if I could pronounce it. Diverticulosis. I think that's the name. Diverticulosis. And they say once you turn 40, you get all these all this whatever your body is, issues and stuff like that. And I have 2 jobs, so today's my day off. Yeah, today's my day off, so I get to relax. Charles said, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's part of life. Diverticulosis. You mean, Louis? Yeah, that's the one. Diverticulosis. I had to get a x-ray and everything and all that type of stuff. And I got a nice, beautiful bill from the hospital. Man, jeez. Thank you, Louis, for the stream and your dedication to keeping us informed in the verse of the day. No problem, BMF. God bless you. Diverticulosis. That's the one. Someone said don't eat processed food. Someone said my dad has that, and he takes Metamucil every day. It helps him a lot. Make sure you're taking a probiotic too. Someone say I got it, bro. Someone say I sub if you say my name. Oh, come on, really? Jeez. All right, who's that? Joshua Harris. What's up? Now you gotta subscribe. Yeah, there's no cure for that. There's absolutely no cure. And I go to the gym and I work out, but I think I'm gonna stop lifting weights, because when I lift weights, again, it just, I could feel it. So I'm so sorry, Louis. I pray healing for you. I heard that's inflammation of the intestine. Yes, it is. It is. It is. That's why I feel a little tired, because it was inflamed, and I'm like, oh. I heard that vegetables like broccoli is not good. So I stopped eating broccoli because, protein. I'm eating broccoli. And I heard peanuts is not good. But then I do some research and they say peanuts are good. So it just, you got all these confusing information. So again, what is that? Is that a raccoon? Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't know what in the world was that thing, but it seems like it can be a cat. It cannot be a cat. Someone said, obviously, you're eating trash food. Not really, because I work out and, protein and stuff like that. If I was eating trash food, I'd be over 240 pounds. I'd be all like, yeah. So that's true, Lewis. Too much false info out there. Grow your own broccoli sprouts. That's what we're doing. We got the greenhouse. Let me show you some of the stuff here. Give me a second. Give me a second. I fixed that greenhouse for the wife. Looks pretty good. And yeah, you can't see this here. Let me put on the flashlight really quick. Oh, okay, so this cat really scared me. Okay. Hold on, guys. All right. So we picked up pallets, and my wife got 1 pallet, 2 pallets, 3 pallets, 4 pallets, 5 pallets, 6 pallets, and she has all this amazing ideas. So one of them is like strawberry, the other one is like broccoli. You got onions, and I mean, yeah, you can't see it right now, but yeah, you can't see it, but yeah, she had me working too. She's like, I want you to get 10 pallets. Ooh. That cat came inside the greenhouse and dropped all this. It was open, so I guess the wife left it open. Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm gonna have to clean all this up, guys. I'm gonna have to. She has some of the plants in there and stuff. You really messed up that greenhouse. All right, guys, I'm gonna have to end this this live stream because a lot of stuff in that greenhouse I have to fix, and I guess it was that cat. That's not my cat, by the way. That cat belongs to someone else, but yeah. Is it your cat or stray? No, it's a stray cat. It's not ours. I mean, he's a really nice cat, but yeah, the greenhouse it was open, so I guess the cat went in there and kind of dropped something. So I'm gonna have to end this and fix it. Someone's like, "Wow, a cat did all that." Uh, it's not that much. I mean, yeah, I mean that cat is pretty strong. All right, guys, I'm gonna end it, but thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for the prayer. And I got some more videos coming up. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.